There is a conversation that does not happen enough in fashion spaces, not in magazines, not on runways, not in most YouTube channels either, and that is the conversation about how to dress a plus-size Black woman over 50 with the elegance, intention, and genuine respect her body deserves. Not how to hide, not how to minimize, not how to make herself smaller so the world is more comfortable looking at her, but how to dress in a way that highlights her beauty, honors her shape, and sends her out into the world looking like exactly what she is, a woman who has arrived. That is what we are doing today on Golden Ebony Lifestyle. 7 styling principles specifically for plus-size Black women over 50. The first principle is fit above everything else. This is the foundation of every other styling decision you will ever make, and it is the one most women get wrong in one of 2 directions. Either the clothes are too tight, gripping the body, pulling across the hips, straining at the buttons, or they are too loose, drowning the shape in fabric and adding bulk that was never there to begin with. Both extremes work against you. Both of them age you, and both of them communicate the same thing, that dressing this body is a problem to be managed rather than a figure to be celebrated. The right fit does something entirely different. It follows your shape without clinging to it. It skims your curves rather than announcing them or hiding them. A well-fitted dress moves with your body. A well-fitted pair of trousers creates a clean line from hip to hem. When clothes fit correctly, the eye travels smoothly over your silhouette, and the overall impression is one of polish, proportion, and quiet elegance. For dresses, look for styles with a softer, structured drape, fabric that has enough body to hold its shape, but enough movement to flow rather than grip. For trousers and jeans, wide leg, straight leg, and slim straight cuts are your most reliable options. They create length, they smooth the line of the leg. They do not cut into the thigh or hip the way a skinny cut will. And a flowing, tailored trouser on a plus-size woman over 50 is one of the most genuinely elegant things you can put on your body. Fit is not about shrinking yourself into clothes. It is about finding clothes worthy of your shape. The second principle is choosing necklines that work for you. The neckline of a garment does more for your overall silhouette than almost any other single design element. And yet, it is one of the most overlooked decisions in getting dressed. The wrong neckline closes in around the throat, adds visual weight to the upper body, and makes the entire frame look shorter and heavier than it is. The right neckline opens everything up. It lengthens the neck, it broadens the shoulder in a flattering way. It draws the eye upward toward your face, where it belongs. For plus-size Black women over 50, the V-neck is one of your most powerful tools. It creates a vertical line that draws the eye downward and inward, giving the impression of length and a more defined center. It is elegant without being revealing, and it works in everything from a casual top to a formal gown. The square neckline is equally flattering. Its clean horizontal line sits beautifully across the collarbone, creating space and openness in the upper body without the depth of a deep V. It is particularly stunning on women with beautiful shoulders and collarbone, and it photographs with extraordinary elegance. What you want to move away from are high closed necklines, excessive ruffles or volume around the throat, and anything that crowds the face. The third principle is using vertical lines to your advantage. Here is the fundamental visual logic behind this principle. The eye follows lines. Horizontal lines lead the eye across the body, emphasizing width. Vertical lines lead the eye up and down the body, emphasizing length. When you dress in a way that creates vertical movement, you appear taller, leaner, and more proportional. Not because your body has changed, but because you have directed how it is being seen. Long-line jackets, open cardigans, and structured coats worn open are some of the most effective tools for creating this vertical line. They frame the body from shoulder to hem, creating 2 long, parallel lines that lead the eye straight down. The result is a silhouette that reads as elongated and elegant rather than wide. One of the most practical applications of this principle is the monochromatic layering technique. Wear a matching top and bottom in the same color underneath, a tonal outfit, and then add a long line cardigan, blazer, or coat over the top. The inner outfit creates a clean, unbroken line, and the outer layer frames it. What to avoid are thick horizontal patterns, wide cables, and chunky knits that add visual weight across the body, and anything with strong color blocking at the hip. These draw the eye sideways rather than downward and work against the length you are trying to create. The fourth principle is the power of monochromatic dressing. If there is one styling principle on this list that delivers the most immediate and dramatic result with the least effort, it is this one. Wearing a single color from head to toe, or tonal variations of the same shade, creates a continuous, unbroken visual line that elongates the entire body instantly. There are no horizontal cuts where one color ends and another begins. The eye travels smoothly from top to bottom, and the silhouette reads as longer, leaner, and more refined. For plus-size Black women over 50, this principle is particularly powerful. Our skin tones carry color beautifully. Deep, rich shades like burgundy, forest green, navy, chocolate brown, and ivory look extraordinary against deep, dark skin. A full burgundy outfit on a woman with luminous dark brown skin is not just slimming, it is breathtaking. The monochromatic look does not require everything to match exactly. Different textures and slightly different tones of the same color create depth and visual interest while maintaining that continuous elongating line. A deep navy silk blouse with navy wide-leg trousers and a navy structured coat is not monotonous. It is architectural. It is intentional. It communicates a woman who understands the language of elegance. Elevate the look with subtle accessories, gold jewelry, a structured bag in a complementary shade, a single statement piece that does not break the color flow. The simplicity of monochromatic dressing is not a limitation. It is one of the most sophisticated tools in your wardrobe. The fifth principle is fabric selection. The fabric your clothes are made from affects your silhouette as much as the cut does, sometimes more. And yet most women give fabric almost no thought at all when they are shopping. They see a shape they like, they check the price, and they buy. But the wrong fabric can take a beautifully designed garment and make it look cheap, unflattering, and tired on the body. For plus-size Black women over 50, the fabrics to seek out are those that drape rather than cling. Crepe, satin, viscose blends, lightweight wool, and structured linen all have movement and weight that cause them to fall gracefully over the body rather than adhering to it. These fabrics create the impression of a smooth, continuous silhouette. They do not reveal, they suggest. And there is enormous elegance in that distinction. The fabrics to move away from are thin, clingy jersey, cheap cotton knit, and anything that loses its shape after a few hours of wear. These fabrics do not serve the body, they simply cover it, and not particularly well. Invest in quality fabric. A single well-made crepe dress will do more for your appearance and your confidence than 5 cheap jersey pieces. The sixth principle is using a belt to define your waist. One of the most common things I hear from plus-size women is that they avoid belts because they do not want to draw attention to their midsection. And I understand that instinct completely. But here is what that instinct gets wrong. A belt does not draw attention to your stomach. A belt draws attention to your waist. And your waist, even if it is not your narrowest point, is the center of your body. Defining it creates proportion. It separates the upper body from the lower body in a way that immediately reads as more structured and intentional. An undefined midsection on a plus-size woman actually makes the body look larger and less proportional than it is, because the eye has no anchor point. Everything from shoulder to hip becomes one undifferentiated mass. A belt, even a slim one, even a soft one, breaks that mass. It gives the silhouette a waist. And a silhouette with a waist always looks more elegant than one without. Choose medium width or slim belts in neutral tones: black, deep tan, cognac, warm brown. These blend seamlessly with most outfits and define the waist without competing with the rest of what you are wearing. Avoid very wide statement belts that sit across the stomach rather than the waist. These draw the eye exactly where you do not want it and add bulk rather than removing it. A belt is not a tool for hiding your body. It is a tool for honoring its shape. The seventh and final principle is the one no fabric, silhouette, or accessory can replace. It is making peace with your body, not making peace with it as a project. Not tolerating it while you work towards something smaller, making peace with it as it is right now, today, in this season of your life. Because here is the truth, that the fashion industry has spent decades trying to make you forget. A plus-size Black woman over 50 is not a styling problem. She is not a figure to be minimized or managed or apologized for. She is a woman in full, and she deserves to dress like one. When you are at war with your body, it shows. Not in the clothes, in the way you wear them. The hunched shoulders, the hands that keep pulling at the hem, the eyes that avoid the mirror, the way you stand at the edge of the room instead of walking through the center of it. No amount of correct fit or perfect neckline or quality fabric can compensate for a woman who has not yet decided that she is worth dressing beautifully. But when you make peace, when you stand tall, when you look in the mirror with something approaching kindness, when you choose your clothes from a place of celebration rather than concealment, everything changes. You carry yourself differently. You take up space differently. You walk into a room differently. And people respond to that energy before they have even registered what you are wearing. The most elegant thing a plus-size Black woman over 50 can put on is the decision that she is enough, that her body in this shape, at this age, with these curves and these lines and this history written into her skin, is worthy of beauty, worthy of elegance, worthy of every stunning, well-made, beautifully draped piece of clothing she chooses to put on it. That decision costs nothing, and it changes everything. 7 principles. Not 7 tricks to hide yourself, 7 tools to help you show up as the full, beautiful, intentional woman you already are. If this video gave you something to carry with you today, give it a like. It helps Golden Ebony Lifestyle reach more women who need to hear this message. Subscribe if you have not already, and drop a comment below telling me which of these 7 principles resonated with you the most. And if there is someone in your life, a friend, a sister, a daughter, who needs to hear that her body is not a problem to be solved, share this video with her. This is Golden Ebony Lifestyle, where women over 50 are not fading into the background. We are the main event.